Soul Land 2 Episode 77. Wong Donger was ambushed and seriously injured by members of the Sun Moon team. Hua Yuhao furiously struck down one of them to avenge his beloved. Hongchen was completely shocked. The rivalry between Tang Sect and the Sun Moon team was like fire and water. Previously on. In order to earn rare metals, Hua Yuhao participated in the black market's Soul Island tournament at night. During the day, he commanded and participated in the Soul Duel tournament. The next day arrived. The Soul Duel tournament had already reached the third elimination round. However, the atmosphere within Tang Sect was slightly solemn. The reason being that in the third round, Tang Sect drew the Sun Moon team. Jiang Nanan looked at Su Sancher and scolded him with a dark face. Knowing you have bad luck, you still insisted on going up. Hua Yuhao comforted everyone. There's nothing to be afraid of. We just need to win. You know, the 7 of us are much stronger now than before. For Soul Emperors and 3 Soul Kings. Unexpectedly, Wong Donger suggested forfeiting the match. After all, Tang Sect had no substitute members. Bei Bei was seriously injured. Hua Yuhao could only move his right hand. Wong Donger said, Tang Sect doesn't need to go all out against the Sun Moon team right now. Even if we forfeit one match, Tang Sect can still advance. After obtaining Bei Bei's agreement, Tang Sect forfeited the match. On the other side, the Xiao Hongchen siblings were shocked. What? Tang Sect forfeited their match against us. Then Xiao Hongchen wondered, does this mean that we've beaten Shrek? In his opinion, Tang Sect was Shrek's strongest team. As for the new Shrek team, except for Wang Qiuer, the others were not worth mentioning in Xiao Hongchen's eyes. Meng Hongchen curled her lip and said, Brother, stop kidding yourself, okay? We haven't actually fought them. How can you say we won? Xiao Hongchen gave a wry smile. Can't I just enjoy the thought? Can't I feel good about it? Actually, they didn't want to face Hua Yuhao and the others so early. Just when both teams thought they could avoid a clash, the next day's round-robin draw had an unexpected outcome. In Hua Yuhao's room, Jiang Nanan hugged Wong Donger and cried, Donger, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know how this happened either. Hua Yuhao asked in his heart, what's going on? Su Sancher said, I wonder if the organizing committee did this on purpose. Not only did they put Tang Sect, Shrek, and the Sun Moon team in the same group, but Tang Sect has to face the Sun Moon team in the first round. Upon hearing Su Sanchi's words, Hua Yuhao exclaimed in surprise, what? Then Hua Yuhao calmed down and smiled faintly. He said, since we've encountered them, we'll just defeat them. We can also clear the path for the Shrek team. After all, last time we forfeited strategically. It doesn't mean that Tang Sect is truly afraid of them. Afterwards, Hua Yuhao gathered everyone and arranged their tactics. He told everyone not to hold back in the individual elimination rounds. Try to weaken the opponents as much as possible. The night passed uneventfully, and the round-robin stage of the Soul Duel tournament officially began. Soon, members of both teams entered the waiting area. Hua Yuhao nodded at Wong Donger. Wong Donger leaped onto the competition stage. The competition stage's soul barrier was instantly activated, isolating the inside and outside. The young man from the Sun Moon team said, my name is Xing, remember my name. Perhaps it will stay with you for a lifetime. Wong Donger frowned, thinking the opponent was nonsensical. After both sides took their positions, the match began instantly. Xing's soul tool, a flying device, suddenly unfolded. He accelerated into the sky in a few steps. In the next instant, several high-explosive bombs were launched towards Wang Donger. Wong Donger curled her lip disdainfully. She also flapped her wings and soared upwards, preparing to close the distance and engage Xing. Those high-explosive bombs not only possessed the power of a near-rank 6 soul tool, but also had the ability to track their target. Seeing this, Wong Donger quickly returned to the ground. Flying close to the ground, she let the tracking bombs hit the floor. Immediately after, Wong Donger used the powerful shockwave to propel herself skyward to rapidly ascend. Xing in midair continued to fire shells. After harassing her, a 2-meter-long crimson heavy cannon appeared on the nose of his flying device. Wong Donger also felt immense pressure. Her rapidly ascending body suddenly stopped. She looked up at the charging heavy cannon. In an instant, her blue wings were instantly dyed brilliant gold. At this moment, Shixing roared, "Die!" In the next second, the heavy cannon in his hand fiercely fired a crimson pillar of fire. After a flash of fire, it transformed into a giant fireball. It reached Wong Donger almost instantly. Seeing this scene, the audience held their breath. They subconsciously closed their eyes. Unexpectedly, facing the incoming crimson cannonball, Wong Donger didn't choose to dodge. Instead, she opened her arms. Then her fifth soul ring quietly lit up. In an instant, her entire body seemed to transform into translucent golden crystal. She simply opened her arms and embraced the cannonball. Even more strangely, the cannonball didn't explode. Soon, the crimson cannonball turned golden. "Here you go," Wong Donger said with a faint, mocking look. She then threw the golden cannonball back towards Shixing. At the same time, she flapped her wings and chased after the cannonball. Shixing was completely dumbfounded. He had anticipated countless possibilities, but not this. His ultimate move was actually thrown back at him. The next moment, Shixing's invincible barrier quickly activated. With a boom, the cannonball exploded like fireworks. Shixing felt his soul power rapidly decrease. His invincible barrier shattered. After he endured the explosion, he realized Wong Donger was gone. "Idiot!" Xiao Hongchen yelled angrily from outside. Unfortunately, due to the isolation, Shixing couldn't hear him. Suddenly, a giant golden hexagram descended from the sky, engulfing Shixing's body. In the next instant, Wong Donger descended like a goddess of light. Descending from the sky, seeing his invincible barrier about to shatter, Shixing immediately shouted, "I forfeit." He had already learned from Xiao Hongchen that Tang sect and they were mortal enemies, so both sides would fight to the death. And he didn't want to lose his life because of this. Hearing Shixing forfeit, the referee immediately shouted for Wong Donger to stop. Wong Donger floated to the ground and said to the referee, "Not so fast. But if I were at a disadvantage, would you be so eager?" The referee from the Sun Moon Empire looked at Wong Donger and said coldly, "Why don't you try and find out?" Wong Donger replied, "You won't have the chance." Then the referee announced Tang sect's victory for the first match. As soon as he finished speaking, a scream suddenly came from the air. Shixing fell down. His life force was rapidly fading. The referee looked at Wong Donger furiously. "You killed him." Wong Donger looked innocent. She had clearly stopped after the opponent forfeited. The Sun Moon team members had already rushed up. Xiao Hongchen roared, "Wong Donger, how dare you kill my man?" Wong Donger said, "I don't know how he died." Xiao Hongchen helplessly carried Shixing's body away. Wong Donger silently replenished her soul power on the stage. Eliminating one of their main members undoubtedly greatly weakened their strength. Soon, the second member of the Sun Moon team entered the stage. He was a short, sturdy young man named Zhou Xinghao. As soon as he entered, he declared that he would make Wong Donger pay for her teammate's death. After the match began, Zhou Xinghao immediately deployed his soul tool turret tactics. But before his turret tactics were complete, Wong Donger had already crossed 100 meters and reached him. She even stayed close behind Zhou Xinghao, making it impossible for him to hit her. Wong Donger launched a close-range attack but was repelled by his concussion bomb. Hua Yuhao was startled. This guy isn't afraid of his heart shattering. Then, seizing the opportunity, Zhou Xinghao instantly unleashed various soul tool rays and cannon shells, covering Wong Donger. With furious eyes, he wanted to watch Wong Donger be torn apart by his metallic storm. Meng Hongchen covered her mouth below the stage. The Tang sect members looked tense. Unfortunately, Zhou Xinghao's fantasy was quickly shattered. Just as the metallic storm was about to tear Wong Donger apart, she vanished without a trace. It was the soul skill attached to the three-headed wolf's left leg bone, instantaneous transmission. Hua Yuhao, Wong Donger, and Wang Qiuer had each fused with one. Zhou Xinghao was shocked. Xiao Hongchen's expression froze. No one expected Wong Donger to have such a trump card. Now, Wong Donger had appeared next to Zhou Xinghao. Staying close to him, her ghost shadow perplexing track followed Zhou Xinghao's movements. Her wing blades rapidly extended. Metal fragments scattered everywhere. Zhou Xinghao knew he had lost. There was no chance of winning against a close combat soul master. "Stop," the referee shouted. A fluorescent light pushed Wong Donger away. In the blink of an eye, the referee stood in front of Zhou Xinghao. Wong Donger's eyes were icy. Zhou Xinghao was about to die, but the referee blocked her. Ignoring them both, the referee directly announced Tang Sek's victory. Hearing this, Wong Donger could only turn and leave. Suddenly, Zhou Xinghao roared hysterically, "I haven't lost yet." Die! 8 silver rays shot out from his chest and abdomen, heading straight for Wong Donger. Wong Donger didn't expect her opponent to still launch an attack after the match ended. Even more absurdly, the referee not only didn't stop him, but felt a surge of pleasure. "Look out!" Hua Yuhao's voice rang in Wong Donger's mind. Although Wang Donger used all her strength, activating Light God Possession for defense, 3 rays still landed on her back. 3 sounds rang out. 3 scorched holes appeared on Wong Donger's back. Her skin was charred. "Bastard!" The Tang sect members were furious. They instantly flashed onto the stage. But a ray of light was faster than them. A purple-gold light seemed to pierce through space and time, fiercely striking Zhou Xinghao's invincible barrier. Then a golden light descended from the sky, landing on the invincible barrier. Ignoring the defense, it landed directly on Zhou Xinghao. The next moment, above his head, the image of a golden skull appeared. Zhou Xinghao, who was just excited, now looked dazed. Instantly, a golden-purple soul impact pierced through him. His invincible barrier shattered. Zhou Xinghao exploded like a popped balloon into countless fragments. Similarly, even his broken soul tool turned into a metallic storm, scattering everywhere. For a moment, cries of surprise filled the arena. Hongchen suddenly stood up, his face livid. The violent shockwave halted the Sun Moon team members who were about to rush forward. Xiao Hongchen turned to look at Hua Yuhao in the distance. He saw Hua Yuhao's golden-purple vertical eye on his forehead slowly close. Just that one glance made Xiao Hongchen feel dizzy. He thought to himself, from 100 meters away, Hua Yuhao was able to break through an invincible barrier with one strike and take a life. Xiao Hongchen couldn't imagine what level of strength Hua Yuhao possessed. After a brief shock, the Sun Moon team members went completely crazy. They aimed their various soul tools at the Tang sect members. Su Sancher, Kai Mei, and the others had already released their martial souls. A chaotic battle was about to erupt. A shout rang out from the sky. "Stop! Everyone, stop!" An old man in green flashed to the center. With a wave of his hand, a green light rose, separating both sides. Kai Mei's eyes narrowed. The opponent was a rank 9 soul engineer, also a titled Donghua. The old man turned around and slapped the referee away. "Everyone, stop. Stay calm. I am the chief referee of this tournament. Anyone who dares to act rashly will be immediately expelled from this competition. Like, subscribe, and follow for more." Next episode, the Sun Moon team forfeits the team match. Xiao Hongchen is actually a soul sage.